Good morning, America and the world. I am John F. Kennedy, the President of United States, and I am happy to be back. I am going to continue to bring the truth as a part of disclosure to humanity. I am going to disclose today on what really happened 23 years ago in New York, United States. 2 days ago was the 23rd anniversary of 9/11. When on September 11, 2001, supposedly 19 terrorists from al-Qaeda hijacked 4 commercial airliners, 2 of them crashing into the Twin Towers of the World Center in New York, United States. One plane hitting the Pentagon headquarters in Virginia, and the last jet crashing in Pennsylvania in the field. That is a complete lie. I am now going to reveal the truth on what really happened on that day. The Twin Towers of the World Center in New York were going to be the headquarters for a new financial system for humanity. The Dark Ones found out about this, and they were planning for a few years on how to destroy these buildings. Alliance was warned by the Galactic Light Forces that the Dark Forces were planning an attack on the Twin Towers. They did not take the threat seriously and did not secure that location well. The Negative Ones sneaked into those 2 skyscrapers and put explosives throughout the buildings, which allowed for them to detonate it from a distance like a controlled demolition. On September 11th of that year, a new financial system, NESARA/GESARA, Global Currency Reset, forgiveness of all of the debt, were going to be launched from the Twin Towers of the World Center. Sadly, the darkness stopped it by having its evil forces blow up both buildings with dynamite. You are probably going to say, but many people saw a live video of the second airplane hitting the South Tower. That's not on what happened. It was not live footage. The night before, the Negative Ones gave pre-recorded video of a CGI-created commercial jets crashing into the Twin Towers to the bosses of the news media companies. So all of the people who were watching the news live and saw the plane fly in with the South Tower, they were actually seeing a taped version with a fake virtual passenger jet crashing into the World Center building. The negative forces put their main focus on convincing humanity that this was a terrorist attack with a hijacked aircraft, with the video of the second airplane crashing into the Twin Tower skyscraper. They created many fake videos from different angles with CGI-made airliner colliding with the tall building. There is only one main video of the virtual jet flying into the North Tower. The footage of the collision in the air is not very convincing, as the supposed person who taped it, in his reaction he never says the word plane. What the dark entities did not think about is the fact that random humans would be recording the 2 buildings with their cameras, and that's exactly on what happened. There are 2 video footages from the ground and in the sky that show the South Tower was not hit by any commercial plane. Instead, there is just an explosion at the top part of the building. Also, no one says the word plane in any of the videos. Many remember that the Twin Towers of the World Center were completely destroyed by the supposedly 2 jets that caused both skyscrapers to collapse from fire. Very few probably know that there was a 3rd building which was demolished. It was 7 World Trade Center. This structure was not hit by any fake airplane, but it was also completely destroyed from the fire on top floors. Another lie. All of these 3 buildings collapsed in a few seconds from the fires on high floors. That's not possible. For example, just because the 89th floor collapses from fire, that doesn't mean the 88th floor will automatically. There would be some kind of resistance for a period of time, because that floor is not damaged at all. Not all of the floors fall apart at the same time like a domino effect. That happens in a controlled demolition, when the building is blown up with a dynamite. There is a video that shows 2 firefighters being interviewed after they come out from one of the buildings. One of them said he heard a secondary explosion inside. The second firefighter said there could be more buildings blown up, and few other firefighters described the destruction of the Twin Towers as if it was denoted floor after floor. All of the 3 of these World Center buildings were taken down in a few seconds, exactly like a controlled demolition with explosives. An example of this is recently the Hertz Tower in Louisiana, United States, was destroyed in a few seconds with controlled demolition, just like the 3 World Towers in 2001. The Pentagon headquarters, which was supposedly damaged by a commercial aircraft, that also was a lie. It was actually hit by a missile. There is a security video footage that shows from 2 angles. In the first view, on the right side of the screen, a white line appears before it hits the Pentagon building. Once it hits its target, there is an explosion, but there is no sign of any airplane. The second view, from a top left angle, it clearly shows that it was not a plane that hit the Pentagon structure. Instead, it was a missile. Commercial jets are big. It would be easy to see them in the video even during the explosion. There is also another video which has a person walk with camera very close to the damaged part of the Pentagon headquarters and zooms in with the camera. Again, there is no airplane there, not one part of the plane. Now to the 4th and last aircraft, which supposedly crashed in the field in Pennsylvania because the passengers were fighting with the terrorists. That was a lie. There is a video that shows from different angles of the crash site. There is no sign of any big commercial jet, not one piece or even any fire burning. When planes hit the ground, they don't just completely disappear. Land is not an ocean where the airplane would sink to the bottom and disappear. A missile was fired in that area instead of a jet crashing into the land. All of the terrorists, pilots, and passengers were made up and did not exist. The recorded phone calls from the passengers from the commercial planes, the interviews by their supposedly loved ones, all of the people who said they saw airplanes hitting the Twin Towers in the interviews were staged. Remember, the Dark Ones planned this attack for a few years. Their goal was to stop the launch of a new financial system on that day for humanity, which unfortunately they succeeded. The second reason was to have an excuse to start more wars, the war on terror, as it's good for business to make lots of money on human suffering. After September 11, 2001, the negative ones started war in Iraq, which was based on a complete lie. They never found any weapons of mass destruction. The main reasons the dark American government went to war with Iraq because Saddam Hussein refused to follow their orders, to control and steal the resources from the country like oil and gold. A war in Afghanistan, it was all about getting control of all the opium poppy drug business in the country to make a lot of money from it. They cared very little about the Taliban unless they got in the way of the drug trafficking. It costed United States with a disclosed amount of $3 trillion for the Iraq War. America spent 20 years in Afghanistan and, based on released information, spent $2.3 trillion on a war. And what did they accomplish? Nothing. U.S. military left in August 31, 2021, leaving behind $7.12 billion worth of military equipment. The Taliban took over the whole country and have been ruling it for 3 years now. It's a very oppressive regime, especially for women, like education is not allowed past 6th grade, not allowed to work in most of the jobs. They are banned from playing sports, being in public places like parks, gyms, and restaurants. On August 14, 2024, the Taliban showed off the armored vehicles left behind by United States in a military parade in which women were banned from attending the event. The American government, serving darkness, blew up 3 World Trade Centers with explosives, hit the Pentagon building with a missile, and the second missile hit the open field in Pennsylvania. The reason they destroyed the 3rd World Center building, damaged the Pentagon, and fake-crashed commercial jet in Pennsylvania to make it less suspicious that the real target was the Twin Towers. There were no planes or terrorists involved in the 9/11 attack at New York in America. U.S. government did this to their own citizens and humanity, preventing from launching on that day a new financial system on Earth. The destructions of the Twin Towers of the World Center gave the dark forces on the planet an excuse to start 2 wars in Iraq and in Afghanistan. The negative military industry made plenty of money from it, while many humans were forced out of their bodies. As it been reported, it costed $5.3 trillion for the 2 wars. It's actually much more than being revealed. The number is $10 trillion. Dear Patriots, you can see clearly from this disclosure you can't trust your representatives. They never really represented you or wanted for you to have a good life. They only care about making money from military conflicts around the globe and see humans suffer. Please, remember, they can't win in this battle between darkness and light. Thank you, Ambassador of Galactic Light Forces. Sending my love and support to my brothers and sisters. The truth will set you free. John F. Kennedy, channeled by Erena Velazquez, Ambassador of Galactic Light Forces.
Wow.
보행되면 보행되면やばいあれ下にいるやつみんなやばいじゃんちょっと完璧やばいんだけどマジでもう一回ぐらい逃げよう
あ、崩れた。
あーいった
見てなかった。やばい。ガラスめっちゃ飛んでるじゃん。ないじゃん。やばい、横に倒れてる。
It was an explosion. It was in the lobby, and the 3rd explosion, the whole lobby collapsed on us.
What was it like?
Horrible. Horrible. The whole building just collapsed on us inside the lobby.
Was that a secondary explosion?
Yes, it was.
That was the
Yeah, definitely secondary explosion. But we was inside waiting to go upstairs, and on the way upstairs, the whole fucking thing blew. And it just collapsed on everybody inside the lobby.
similar to the first tower coming down, secondary.
I don't know about the first one, but I know the second it was terrible. Then there was a 3rd one too after that one. Yes. Everybody was inside the building, waiting to go upstairs, and they just let loose. Everything just let loose inside the building.
So what you told me is that there was the plane or whatever hit the building, then the secondary explosion.
It was like 3 explosions after that. We came in after the fire. We came when the fire was going on already. We was in the staging area inside the building, waiting to go upstairs. Then they exploded. The whole lobby collapsed on the lobby inside.
And it was just mayhem after that.
Just man, everybody tried to make their way out.
Just trying to help all the brothers get out.
A lot of people trapped inside.
People don't understand. There may be more. Any one of these fucking buildings can blow up. This ain't done yet.
What did we do? We made it outside. We made it about a block.
We made it at least 2 blocks, and we started running. Floor by floor, instead of popping out.
It was if they had detonated.
Yeah,
If they
detonated,
were planned to
yeah.
take down a building. Boom, 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 boom.
All the way down. I was watching it and running. Just ran up. And then you just sort of this cloud of shit chasing you down.
couldn't run it. West Street. I could not run it.
So what'd you do?
I jumped behind a battalion car. I hit under the
Edifício 7 do World Trade Center. Como é possível que um arranha-céu que não foi atingido por um avião tenha desmoronado tão rapidamente e simetricamente? O que os teóricos da conspiração dizem? Que o edifício 7 do World Trade Center foi destruído por uma demolição controlada usando explosivos e materiais inflamáveis.